YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to my channel, hit the subscribe button as well as bell notification. Do my best each and every day to give you guys the topics in cryptocurrency. And guys, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Today, we're going to talk about some Bitcoin. We're going to talk about some Ethereum, some XRP, and some Solana. We're going to talk about all them blue chips, boys. But before we get into that, I got to let you guys know I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just the homie Crypto J. And we just talking about things that are trending in cryptocurrency, again, and blue chips. As you guys can see, total market cap today coming in at a 2.6 trillion, and fear and greed index coming in at a 25, right? We're seeing some fear today, but actually we're doing a little bit better than I thought that we would be doing today, even though Bitcoin again is breaking down off this 84K range. Let's start with Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is sitting very volatile today and jumping off of some really key resistance right now. Some key support? Can it hold these levels of support though? This 82.5, is it going to be able to stay above that? This is a really key zone. If we drop down below this zone, guys, we will see some more sell-off more than likely, and that could bleed into the rest of our coins. You guys could see we already created this rising wedge on the month chart, and then we created, look, this shoulder, head, shoulder. Now we got the big homie Jerome talking, which is always a bad time. Literally, he's talking right now at the time of the video. I don't know what he's going to say. Maybe he's going to say something that's going to restore some confidence in the market, or maybe this thing is about to dump again. More than likely, guys, it's looking like we're going to see a correction in the market. We usually want to see a strong close going into a Friday. The market closes today, right? The stock market and stuff like that. So we really need to see a solid close, and right now this is not looking super solid. It's actually looking like a bear flag. It's looking like a rising wedge. It's looking like we're going to see another breakdown of this trend. In my opinion, I feel like we just seen this rising wedge again form here. It had a huge sell-off, and we had a rising wedge form here, which formed a sell-off, and look, we're creating again another rising wedge. This price action that we're seeing, it's just not good solid price action. It just seems like the price is going to dump. We're not getting enough volume in on Bitcoin. And again, look, shoulder, head, shoulder right here, just the same as we created right here. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder, and then we dumped. Same thing right here, shoulder, head, shoulder, dump, right? And if we do dump below this neckline, again, we can see some big sell-off. And if we can't hold this 78K range, then again, we're going to see some even lower levels. I do expect us to be at probably at least 78K by Sunday, hopefully not lower than that. That's actually my main concern. Maybe we'll break up. That's always a reality too, but again, we are still in a downtrend, so we just have to understand that. Let's check out some Ethereum and see how Ethereum's doing. As you guys can see, Ethereum is looking very volatile. It's down about 4% this week, but it's at 17,000, about 18 really. Give it a little bit of slack, right? It's about 18. But as you guys can see, Ethereum has really been lacking in volume. It's one coin that I'm very concerned about. It's a coin that I'm very bullish on in the long term, but again, just with this chart and the way that it's been looking, I feel like Ethereum is lacking in some volume, and I just want to see it pick up more. Again, this is looking like it's already breaking down off of another bear flag. And look what happens last time it broke down off of this bear flag. It had a big, look, it breaks off of this bear flag, has a big scale down. Same thing. Breaks off this bear flag, has a big scale down, and this is exactly what I said. It was going to probably have a retest of like this 1100 to 1200 range. Then if that happens, I'm long on Ethereum. I love Ethereum. I think it's a great project. Again, I'm super bullish on DeFi, and Ethereum is the #2 cryptocurrency right now, as of right now. But I want to actually know if the big homie XRP is going to flip Ethereum on this next leg. That is my real question, guys. Is XRP going to flip Ethereum? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. As you guys could see, XRP up 5% today. Right, seeing way more volume than Ethereum on this pump, and this is how it kind of happens. This is how things get flipped, because one coin will be ahead and then Bitcoin will correct, and then Bitcoin starts pumping again, market starts pumping again, but the demand's just not there for that coin. The demand's picking up in another area, and then we have a flippening. And I'm wondering, everybody was wondering, will we have this flippening of Ethereum flipping Bitcoin? But now I feel like the real conversation is, will XRP flip Ethereum? I feel like that is the real conversation. And I actually want to have that conversation. What do you guys think? You guys think that XRP will flip Ethereum? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know your price predictions for XRP. It's coming in right now at 122 billion market cap, but again, sitting volatile, right? As you guys can see, let's pull it back up, right? Coming pretty volatile, still creating some lower highs on the 7-day, but again, creating that rising wedge just alongside Bitcoin. This guy saying that it's looking bullish for a rebound, but again, yikes. I mean, we just got some nasty tariff news. I don't think that that XRP will necessarily be an outlier in this market correction. I feel like it will definitely follow the market, the rest of the market. And I'm not just talking about the crypto market. I'm talking about the stock market too, guys. Our entire market, like our entire world market, is not doing hot right now. So I don't expect anything to outperform like the stock market and Bitcoin. But I'm definitely paying attention to XRP because again, the volume is there on the dips. I'm long on this project. I'm bullish on it. I actually think that this coin is going to be the first $1 trillion altcoin. I think it's going to pass Ethereum. I do. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys that bullish on XRP, or am I just turning into an XRP moon boy? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about Solana because Solana's seen some big volatility too, but it's seen some decent pump actually today. It's actually up 4% right now in the past 24 hours, which is pretty good for Solana because again, a lot of scams on this chain, but again, also there's people that are going to want to be accumulating this for this next meme coin cycle. These guys that love to gamble. I feel like Solana chain is literally turning into like a casino, and it's really rigged because again, most of the stuff that goes on the Solana chain is just scams anyway. But again, a lot of people are going to be wanting this, but look at this, man. Giant bear flag forming also, and now this is starting to break down off of a bear flag. And I already told you guys that I feel like this is going to come in around like $70. Honestly, even though Solana's up 4% today, I expect this thing to be down like 10 to 15% probably next week. Maybe even in the next couple of days, maybe even by Monday, this thing will be down like 10%. Because one, I don't think it's going to break out of this zone unless Bitcoin decides it wants to break out. And two, it's just lacking in volume on these longer term charts. And this is why I always zoom out first, so I know what's going on usually in these long term indicators. And then I get more narrowed down to these smaller indicators, because sometimes you could think that this might be looking like a good solid recovery on some of these charts. But then if you look on some of these more macro charts, again, it's showing that again, we're breaking down actually off of a very bearish pattern right now. This bear flag is a very bearish pattern, and sometimes it could lead to some serious sell-off again. So if Bitcoin decides it wants to break down, which Bitcoin can, it could capitulate all the way down to 68. I expect the rest of our market to also capitulate down. I don't think, again, that Solana will be any different. Will Solana probably do well in the future if we do have a meme coin cycle, which I do think will actually happen. I think we'll have a meme coin cycle probably closer to like June, July, probably closer to July, honestly. Maybe, I don't know, because things tend to happen a little sooner than we think usually. So like sell-offs will usually happen a little sooner than we think sometimes. And then also like bottoms will also start happening a little sooner than we think sometimes too. So maybe mid-June, maybe mid-July. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, guys. I want to know what you guys think. When do you guys think Bitcoin is going to find its bottom? Do you guys think it already found its bottom? Do you think that we're starting to recover with 78 the bottom and now 82 is the new support? Let me know in the comment section. Also, if you have not yet tapped into Patreon, join us over on Patreon, guys. It is an awesome resource. I got a ton of value in there. I put a bunch of trainings and stuff in there, as well as you could join me in my private Telegram. I got a private Telegram. Oh, yeah. And we got news, all kinds of stuff, guys. We talk about all kinds of stuff, keeping you guys informed, because, again, I want to see you guys win. This game takes patience. I know it's rough. The market's down. But again, I'm long on this market. I expect some short-term pain, and in the next couple months, probably will be looking a lot better. a lot of stuff going on, again, these tariffs and stuff like that. But these guys are smart business people and they want to make money. They're losing money every day. So, but they're also making money because they're buying up these dips. So again, we'll see what happens, guys. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below and I'll catch you next video. Peace.